Hello guys, good evening, good afternoon for everyone who's watching. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Sephiroth. I'm a Brazilian caster for Copa America and WCS over the years of 2015, 2016 and 2017. I had the chance to go to Copa Intercontinental in Mexico City to cast there and be a part of the live streams there, and it was a really fun experience. So this is a small introduction about who I am, and I want to say to you guys what is my intention with doing this live stream. As I told you, I'm a caster and I need to keep studying to improve myself as a caster, my knowledge about metagame, the unities and everything. So what am I going to do here? And this is something I'm hoping to do every week. I want to go through replays of IEM Katowice, which is the most recent tournament, major premier tournament that happened, and I want to go over the replays across the year and make this a weekly schedule, a weekly commitment to you guys, where I study them live and I get my breakthrough of the game. You for those who haven't watched my stream this last week because it was in Portuguese, my intention is interaction. I want to help the new guys to and I want to motivate them to ask questions, what they don't know what they don't understand, how this, what is the reason about the build order that Neeb or Serral, which is the replay I'm going to watch today. What was their thought pattern? What is my my uh, my vision about what they intended to do in that game? You may not agree with me, and that is fine. I want you to disagree with me in my visions, because this way we can debate, we can make a dialogue about what is their true intentions with a build. I'm not the best player in the world. I may see something that they are doing. I may think that their will behind that build is one thing, and I can be completely mistaken. So I want you guys to challenge me as well. I want you guys to ask what are the builds and everything. I want you guys to be a part of this stream and this analysis. So I have here, I showed this in the Brazilian Portuguese stream. I have a notebook here where I used to make my notes for builds and everything. So today I'm going to make some notes about this PVZ and what I get from these replays. I didn't watch them. I know the results. I know who won. I know the results of the tournament. I saw some games. I know that Serral did great in this tournament. I think he got all the way to round of 4, and this is a good result for a foreign player, especially in such a competitive environment with Sue being a part of it. Classic making some great displays of skill, and Rogue, the current world champion, performing really well and winning the tournament with a 4-0 in the finals. So I know the results. I know who is in a good shape, but I want to see the foreign players. How is Serral, how is Neeb performing right now? This is a three game in the series, so it's 2-1 for Serral, I believe, and so it was a really close match, and I want to see how are their builds, what is the meta they are following. I know that ZVP has changed a little bit. The drop lords is being used a lot to be very aggressive and annoy the Protoss players a lot in the early game, especially with the changes in the stalkers, and I want to see how are they performing. So this introduction aside, let's do this. Let's go into game 1. I may be stopping a few times because I'm eating, I don't know how to say this in English. It's acai, and I just got home. I actually was a little late to get home because I went there to the gym with my girlfriend to motivate her to perform exercises. I may not be in a great shape as well, but it was really fun and I got home a little late. So let's see. Spawning here in the bottom left position, it's Neeb. Black-pink is the name of the map. Serral is spawning in the top right position. So let me adjust my camera. I believe I'm away from every information on the screen right now. And let's see, what are the choices, how are they, what is their main focus on this game? Who's going to be the aggressive player? I can see something different right now, like Neeb is getting the first assimilator before the portal, and this is, I believe this is a small adjustment. Maybe he wants to go for a quick Stargate to maybe surprise Serral. Let's see, I actually didn't see many players do this kind of strategy where they get the simulator before the portal. So I'm very curious about how he's going to perform. So Nexus right now in the 20 supply. Cybercore to close that gap. I have troubles walling myself this ramp. I don't like to wall this ramp. I believe Neeb is going to have the same problem as I have actually. So this is a nuisance for him right now, because he will probably need to close that wall very soon. And Serral right here is not playing fairly aggressive himself. He put the spawning pool before the hatchery. It was ready a little bit before. Actually he went hatchery first, but the spawning pool actually got ready before the hatchery was ready. So okay, quick Stargate, as I said before. That quick gas that Neeb grabbed allows him to get this Stargate very quickly. And now Neeb know that Zerglings are in the map. They are going to be pursuing that probe around, and he wants to make sure that there is a third base. This is very important for Neeb, so he knows the possibilities that Serral is opening for his game. And Serral keeps one drone in the gas as well, so he continues to get some Visping gas right now. 2 adepts in the map to gain some map presence, a little bit of map control. Good scout here for Serral, making this Zergling go around the main base of Neeb. So he already knows about the Stargate. Here the Oracle that's coming, and right now 2 adepts going in the main base of Serral, also doing a great scout here. Good use of the Spore Crawler that Serral tried to make. Got 4 drones there. A little bit of damage, a lot of scouting being done. Now Neeb is closing his wall. The Oracle's in the map, but a lot of Zerglings are there. Neeb needs to be aware of this. Already an adept closing the ramp. So this is something that Neeb needs to keep in check. A Phoenix there to kill any Overlord that tries to come in and maybe drop something, take a little bit of map control of Serral. Oracle on the map, scouting and maybe hoping to do some damage, but there are already Spore Crawlers there in position. The Queen deflects the Oracle. So right now it's a very still game, not much has happened. Those two first adepts did a little bit of economic damage, but not a whole lot. The Phoenix is hunting for more Overlords. The adepts are trying to make those Zerglings go away. And Resonating Glaives, actually, interesting choice for Neeb. Resonating Glaives is the way the build went. Neeb got his third base around 430. It's a little bit, it's a okay moment. Good movement right now. Neeb exploiting a little bit of defense failure. The Phoenix is giving vision for movements in the middle of the map. Good moves from Neeb right now. Resonating Glaives, I believe that Neeb is building himself for an aggression. He has a lot of probes in his natural. He may be ready to transfer them. No, he actually is making 2 robo facilities. So okay, he's transitioning. He wants to be aggressive with these adepts, but he's preparing a transition behind this aggression. Right now, many banelings being morphed. I don't believe that Serral has the power to hold this right now. Good moves from Neeb, a great pressure that he's doing. He's already performing a transition behind this. Adepts in the third. He has the shades in the main base with 4 adepts. There's the adepts in the natural as well. Good moves from Neeb, dealing a lot of damage, and he's making probes behind this. He's not committing all of his game in this aggression. Good damage being done. But Serral has actually lost a lot of drones, but he deflected this as well. Since Neeb didn't commit, this is not an all-in from Neeb. He can lose these adepts, and Serral could clean this up. Not in an easy fashion. He took a lot of hits, yes, but I believe that he still is in the game in a very tough spot, but he's still in the game. Ooh, 1 hit point in this Oracle. Now Serral knows that he needs to do some kind of damage. The Oracles are not making this life easy for Serral right now. Kill a lot of banelings. Needs to try and find a failure in Neeb's defense. The sentries are trying to be annoying, trying to tickle the Zerglings to death. And right now, Overseer is being chased by the Phoenix. There is, with charge and 7 gates being made for Neeb, I believe the next attack will be fatal. Will be final. Okay, Revelation being thrown out by Oracles. 4th base for Neeb. Templar Archives, I believe it's already in his main base. Yes, he's not researching Storm, so he's probably going to morph many Archons and just go for it. Go for the throat. Try to finish the game. He did a lot of economic damage. He must not allow Serral to keep building his economy back. He needs to put pressure. He needs to try and finish the game, or at least force some units while he's trying to fix his 4th base and behind. Serral is trying to find a good engagement here. He doesn't have a lot of banelings. He had some drop lords, I believe, around the map, but I don't trust that it will be used. Neeb is going for it. Great force fields on the ramp. Good game from Neeb. 1-0 for the Protoss player. Good moves. Good moves. Thanks for following, Lycon. This is the first game of the series. Now I'll try to make a more calm analysis. So, what was the game plan there for Neeb? I want you guys to try and be a part of this in chat. I don't know if you're speaking a lot in chat. Let me see if actually the chat I have is bugged. No, but I don't believe anybody talking in chat. So I want you guys to try and think about what I'm saying, if you agree and if you don't. So, what was Neeb's game plan there? He took the gas before the portal, so he would get fairly quickly Stargate. So he could gain map presence, map control, and get an Oracle out fast to deal some damage in the mineral lines. He had 2 adepts moving across the map to also force a reaction, force units, don't allow Serral to grow his economy. And behind that, he was preparing. He delayed a little bit his 3rd base, his aid to the Twilight Council and Resonating Glaives research, and he went for not an all-in, but a heavy pressure on Serral, because he scouted everything that was happening in Serral's base. He knew how many bases he was in. He knew the technology, and he knew he had already forced some Zerglings to defend the first 2 adepts. He forced Spore Crawlers with the 2 Oracles, especially with the first one. He had killed some Overlords with the Phoenix, and he was keeping tabs on what was going on in Serral's side of the map with the Oracles. So the Resonating Glaives pressure was a great way of him keeping Serral in check and dealing damage in the mineral lines, because that pressure needs to do damage, needs to do a lot of damage. If Neeb was transitioning as he was doing behind that aggression, he needs to keep Serral busy. He needs to keep him from avoiding like that blitzkrieg defense. He kills all of his adepts, no drones died, and he just counters and Neeb dies. So the main point of hello Omega. So Neeb needs to keep those adepts alive. He needs to do damage to the drone lines, and he needs to keep Serral busy while Immortals Charge was being researched. So he needs to keep the adepts in Serral side of the map for at least 1 minute, and he needs to do like 12 drone kills. He needs to split and focus on a little bit of the banelings that Serral had. So this is a very aggressive game from Neeb in game 1, and it was very good. He didn't do many mistakes, he didn't get supply blocked, he had good control, he sent adepts to the main, adepts to the third, he kept some of the adepts in the natural ramp, so Serral had to split his units as well. That was a great micromanagement from Neeb while he was transitioning behind. He had 2 Immortals in the production, he was researching the +1 attack, he was researching charge, he had Templar Archives, and he just finished saturating his third. That was his intention, he did a good job, and it was a really good game 1 from Neeb. Serral didn't have a fair chance there. He didn't take control of the game, he scouted, the first target, he didn't see the Twilight Council, and then when he saw the adepts moving across the map, it was already too late. So this aggression from Neeb, it was good. 1-0, fairly good. So this is my analysis from game 1, and now we are going towards the game 2. So right now I'm going to